The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And what a gorgeous day yesterday. Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And today, well, it starts out the same way. We got sunshine. Clouds will increase, and then we're turning back to April showers again. But I will say the silver lining, it's good news for those plants, for the crops and for flowers. I'll show some spring pictures coming up in our next half hour. But look at those current conditions early this morning. Well, it's right around or below freezing. Currently 33 degrees in Rome, 30 in Hamilton, 42, a little warmer as you head south towards Binghamton, and 35 heading up north to Watertown. So in conditions right around freezing and calmer winds, there's potential for some frost early this morning. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet and dry early this morning. In our headlines, again, clouds will increase throughout the day today. Rain arrives later on, roughly between the late evening, 5 or so p.m., but it will initially be light and maybe just some light sprinkles initially. And then following that, unsettled weather will continue for the rest of the work week and into the weekend. But over the next 12 hours, those temperatures climb into the upper 50s to low 60s with increasing clouds and again those light rain showers. We're tracking the arrival of these showers when we could see some breaks. We're not expecting a complete washout over the next few days, and then following that, our next chance of some extended dry weather and that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. Well, after more than...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Time now for the Munson Commutecast as we get you set for your morning commute as well as prepare you for your evening commute as you head home from work. A live look at road conditions and traffic flow data coming in right now, and so far so good. We got no accidents to report this morning, and of course with the dry start, the roads are looking pretty okay condition-wise. There is, though, the potential for some patchy frost in some locations this morning, so you might have the budget maybe an extra minute or so to scrape that off your car. But me personally, I did not experience any frost on my windshield earlier on. But regarding those drive times, taking a look at those local conditions around here. First off, I-90 eastbound and westbound, and of course the arterial from 790 to 840. Drive times looking pretty okay. Same thing if you're heading along 5S eastbound and westbound and Route 49 from Utica to Rome or back. And then finally from Cooperstown to I-90 in German Flats, and lastly Route 12 from 790 Utica up to Remsen. Those road conditions looking normal at this point. And this morning, again, besides patchy frost, things are quiet, and we're not expecting any travel impacts for your morning commute, as well as your evening commute. We've got some light rain developing, but this will be light sprinkles. Maybe you have to turn on your windshield wipers maximum. That looks to be just about it regarding any travel impacts for today. We're tracking more widespread rain tomorrow. We'll talk about that in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, from tragedy comes light.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Well, it was a beautiful day yesterday, a great mid-April day, and today, well, it's a nice start, at least dry condition-wise. However, it's a bit chilly. Temperatures in the 30s. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Overall, a pretty quiet start, and as a matter of fact, you can see the clear skies directly over the horizon, and those temperatures are in the 30s, so a bit chilly out there. Calm winds, which can cause frost to form in areas sheltered by the winds, for example, here in the Mohawk Valley. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet and dry early this morning. However, out to the west, actually move the radar a little bit so we can actually see where things are shaping up. Radar is quiet here locally, but let's head to the west. We go a bit farther over here. We can eventually see the arrival of some rain showers outside of the New York border heading towards parts of Canada near Hamilton, just to the east or west of Buffalo. But initially today is going to be pretty dry. with dry weather lingering throughout most of the morning and early afternoon. So if you have any yard work, if you have the day off or you're not working today, again, a great day to get some last-minute spring cleaning done before rain will arrive this evening and tonight, and then linger throughout most of Thursday. Not all of Friday, but the conditions will still be damp, at least lawn-wise, for wet surfaces. And regarding that chance of rain, you can see here, dry start, here comes the rain chances, and the rain turns more widespread tonight, and then the rain will gradually diminish as we head into Thursday afternoon and Thursday night before more rain arrives later on Friday. And with the cooler temperatures and the rain showers arriving, well, pollen is going to be a little bit less intense like yesterday, but overall, we're still in the tree pollen peak this season here in central New York. Bigger picture, we've got that low pressure system arriving from the west, surging in this frontal boundary, producing some rain showers heading into this evening and tonight. Initially light rain, then the rain becomes light to moderate with on and off showers in the overnight hours. And then, of course, we're tracking more rain following today into Thursday and Friday. Skycast showing clouds, rain developing, rain continuing overnight, and then following that, on and off rain throughout Thursday. And then we do dry out eventually by Thursday evening and Thursday night before more rain arrives Friday from a separate system, as you can see here, developing, and then by the late evening, we'll start to see some more rain. But for today, though, temperatures in the 60s, increasing clouds with rain showers arriving later on. For tonight, we're back down into the 40s with rain showers developing as well. 7-day forecast. 50s for tomorrow, 60s for Friday, still looking pretty unsettled. Again, Friday not looking like a washout compared mainly to Thursday, but after that, though, we're looking at potentially some extended dry weather heading into Sunday, lingering into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Fingers crossed it lasts a little bit longer because I know we need April showers, but I do like some April sunshine at some point, too.
We all do. At least it'll be dry for most of the day today.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, the time right now is 5:24. Still ahead on Sunrise 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
With not too bad of a forecast for the day.
Not too bad. I always try to look at the bright side of things, and today, I mean, it's a bright start. We got sunshine, increasing clouds. Rain develops later on, but again, it's not a complete washout during the day today. You have time in the morning for the dry weather. In fact, let's take a look at those current conditions out there this morning because even though it is dry, it's a bit chilly. Temperatures in the 30s, 33 in Rome, 30 in Hamilton. Some spots are below freezing, so there's potential to wake up to some light frost on your windshield. Other locations up in the north aren't too cold. As a matter of fact, I'm checking in with one of our sky watchers in Old Forge, Bill, who is at 30 degrees. So again, not too chilly of a start in some spots. Radar is quiet and dry locally, but let me zoom out a little bit. We're seeing that rain developing from the southwest. And again, this is not a now impact. This will be more of a later on impact. In fact, clouds will increase throughout the day today. Rain arrives later on, roughly between 5 or so p.m. onwards. More on that in just a few minutes. But then we're tracking unsettled weather for the rest of the week. We're not going to be seeing completely sunny days, at least in the next few. But for today, though, again, it starts out dry. It starts out with some sunshine. Temperatures quickly climbing from the 30s to as high as the 50s and 60s. And again, we're tracking the arrival of this rain, and then when we could be seeing some breaks in it in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Today, Israel continues to determine its response to Iran's attack.
Welcome back. The time now is 5:42, and of course, it's time to showcase the weather photo of the day this morning. And with the request of getting a lot more spring-like pictures, especially more flowers, I was blown away by the amount of submissions at least taken in within the last 24 hours. You guys are making it very hard to choose some of these pictures. A lot of great photos. So even though I'm showcasing some of these, it's not that some of them are better than others. It's that there's so many good ones, I can't show them all at once. But I'll try to get to as many as I can and showcase all the great photos you guys have been submitting. But this one, submitted in by Lori, a purple hyacinth, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Not really good with flowers, but a beautiful flower here. That's one thing I can tell you. And a lot more flowers are blooming as we are entering the blooming season here in central New York, at least in the lower elevations within the next few weeks, and then down where I live locally, where you are, at least where I grew up in the southern valleys, usually around the first week of May is when we start seeing a lot of those blossoms and, of course, the trees turning a lot more green. Temperatures today, well, they start out pretty chilly in the 30s, but we warm up again into the upper 50s, low 60s. Similar temperatures to yesterday, but not similar weather-wise regarding rain. Well, rain will return as we head to this evening and tonight. And then we're talking about when we could see some breaks in the rain in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, MVC
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday after a beautiful day yesterday. Well, things are starting out nice again today, but rain will develop as we approach the evening hours and into the overnight tonight. A live look at Oneonta right now. Of course, always want to showcase this camera when we get a beautiful sunrise. And heads up, too, I'll be heading down to Oneonta this afternoon, getting my typical haircut at my friend's barbershop, who we just opened the barbershop down there, Zips Barbershop down there in Oneonta. So again, it's going to be a nice day here, at least initially in Oneonta, a 36-degree start to the day today. And in the Mohawk Valley, slightly cooler at 33 degrees with calm winds at Griffiths and Rome. And on the radar, well, we're quiet and dry initially, but that will change as we head into the evening as an approaching front brings with it the chance of some rain. But if you're planning to do some yard work, some spring cleaning, well, the morning and early afternoon are looking pretty okay. Heading into tomorrow, not so much. We've got some widespread rain arriving. And then on Friday, it initially starts out dry with rain developing in the evening. Hopefully by the afternoon, at least the lawns and just conditions in general will be dry enough to do some yard work. So I might change this to a maybe, depending on how the data trends. But regarding the chance of rain, well, we start out dry, and then here comes the rain showers this evening, lingering into the overnight hours, and then we gradually dry out during Thursday before yet again more rain arrives as we head into the evening on Friday. And with the warmth and sunshine yesterday, the pollen counts were very high. Today, well, they're on the high level. We are experiencing lower pollen levels tomorrow with the rain, but then the pollen rebounds by Friday and Saturday. The main culprits are the top allergens being elm and maple. Bigger picture, well, we're seeing high pressure break down from the east and a frontal boundary arriving from the west, and this will bring with it our next chance of rain. And starting out, again, it's dry, but by noontime, clouds will increase, and then by the evening, here comes initially light rain. Then the rain becomes light to moderate during the evening, late evening and overnight hours, and then pretty much steady on and off rain for most of the day Thursday before we gradually dry out. Then we have more rain arrive late Friday. But again, today across central New York, temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s with increasing clouds and rain late, then rain continuing to develop in the overnight hours with lows in the 40s. Your 7-day forecast calls for 50s for tomorrow, 60 for the high on Friday, but overall pretty unsettled. Then we're back into the 60s again by next week with hopefully some more dry weather. And again, it's been a pretty rainy, pretty cloudy stretch of weather, and so we'll take the sunshine when we get it.
And nice dry until about 5 or so, you said.
Yeah, so it's not a complete washout for today. In fact, even a beautiful start this morning.
Yeah, get out there this morning or early this afternoon. Eric, thanks. Well, it was a magical couple of weeks here in Utica with the...
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning at 6. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
With A not so bad day today, mostly dry for the good part of it, right?
Yeah, not too bad. I would say it'd be a bad day if it was constant rain, wind, and cold, similar to last week. But today it's warmer, well, cold initially, then warmer later on, and a dry start. But we got a nice sunrise this morning.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Oneonta right now because I want to track this sunrise before it happens, before the sun actually goes over the horizon. And look at that great shot right there. Lots of bright colors. The Oneonta camera always coming in with a beautiful shot of the sunrise here in our local area. And we dropped a degree or two in the Mohawk Valley, now down to 31 degrees in Rome, 32 still in Hamilton. So we're right around the freezing point. You could be seeing some light frost on your windshield early this morning before you head out to work. Radar is quiet and dry initially, but to the west is where some rain showers are currently taking place, and this will influence our weather as we head into this evening. But again, what we're tracking, increasing clouds today. Rain arrives later on, initially light, and then becomes light to moderate as the evening and overnight continues on. After that, unsettled weather continues for the rest of the work week. We're tracking rain continuing on, and then overall, potentially some breaks in those showers. But we're going to talk about what to expect in detail for the rest of the day today, and we could be seeing an extended dry weather I would say stretch in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. After more than
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
What a great shot of that sunrise overlooking the Mohawk Valley. Sunrise, by the way, in just a few minutes. But before we get to that, let's talk about the morning and evening commute today as you head to work and heading home from work. And first off, a live look at traffic flow information coming in right now. No accidents to report. Of course, with the dry start, road conditions are also looking okay. And those drive times as you head to work, here's a view of I-90 eastbound and westbound. Same thing for the arterial in Utica between 790 and 840. Route 5S, east and west, so far so good. And same thing if you're heading to Rome or from Rome to Utica along Route 49. And then finally, a look at Route 28 from Cooperstown to German Flats up around I-90. And then lastly, if you're heading from Utica to Remsen or back, drive time right there around 17 to 18 minutes. And this morning, it's a dry start with some patchy frost, but overall, no impacts expected as you head to work. And then following that, heading home from work, well, it's going to be a bit warmer with temperatures upper 50s, low 60s, and then rain showers developing throughout the evening and overnight. We're talking about when we could see some breaks in the rain and then when there could be an extended break in the rain. And look at that in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, from tragedy comes life. Assemblyman Rob.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. It was a fantastic day yesterday. Lots of sunshine. Hope everyone got out and enjoyed the beautiful April weather. Today, well, it's a nice start. However, rain will gradually develop as the evening continues on. But here's a live look again in Oneonta from our camera atop Hartwick College overlooking the city and, of course, overlooking the eastern sky where that sunrise is just starting to take place. The sun is right below the horizon of the hills facing parts of Delaware County. But again, it's a great start to the day today, although it is a bit chilly, 36 degrees in Oneonta, 31, a bit cooler in Rome, but we're looking at sunny skies. A nice start to the day today. See that sunrise time officially at 6:20. So in the areas where we aren't seeing hills, the sun has already risen, and due to our topography here locally, sunrise is sometimes a little bit later, especially if it goes over some hills. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are all quiet and dry in central New York, but to the west is where rain showers are continuing to move in, and that will bring with it the chance for, I would say, not so good spring cleaning weather. Today, well, at least this morning, good weather for that. Then widespread steady rainfall pretty much all day long on Thursday, on and off maybe here and there, but we're not quite out of the blue with rain, at least until early Friday morning. Then early Friday afternoon, still looking relatively dry before more rain arrives Friday evening. So this could be a maybe for yard work weather Friday, but I would say no for Thursday. And you can see here, it's a dry start. Rain chances increase throughout the mid to late evening, then steady rainfall overnight. On and off rain throughout the day tomorrow, and then things do dry out as we head into the overnight on Friday. Now, with the dry weather and sunshine yesterday, pollen counts were very high. But for the next few, with the clouds and actually rain on Thursday, pollen counts will decrease a little bit. But I don't know about you guys, for me at least, it's been very noticeable, me blowing my nose far too often. The main culprits being elm and maple at this point. But to the bigger picture, here comes those rain showers. Right just along the border of Lake Erie and the western edge of Lake Ontario at this point. It's going to continue to shift north and east into our local area, bringing rain showers. And as you can see here, it's a dry start, increasing clouds by noontime, and then here comes that rain, light initially, and they're tracking some steady on and off rain over the next few days. But for today, though, increasing clouds, rain late, temperatures peaking into the upper 50s, low 60s. For tonight, we're down into the 40s as rain continues to move in. And your 7-day forecast looking pretty mild the next few days. And we are hoping we get some extended dry weather by the beginning of next week. But overall, this dry pattern hasn't really been lining up with the weekends. I know that's been everyone's main I would say complaint is that we're having all this rain and clouds on weekends, and then we get sunshine during the weekdays. So
Yeah, well, enjoy today, at least until the rain comes.
yes, beautiful.
Eric, thanks. Now to a developing story out of Utah 24.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us once again for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And you were mentioning pretty good conditions to get out and walk today until maybe late this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. It's a chilly start. You grab that jacket, maybe an early morning walk might be your cup of tea, and I would say it's a pretty nice start. We got some sunshine this morning. A differing story as we head to the evening, but it remains dry until then with just some increasing clouds. But let's take a look at that sunrise in Oneonta. You've been tracking it over the past, I would say, half hour or so. And look at that shot right there, Gary. It's a beautiful start to your day today, albeit it is a bit cool. Temperatures in the 30s right now, but it's typical for this time of year. There is some patchy frost possible in those areas that did fall below freezing. In fact, we're just below it in the Utica-Rome region. Radar is quiet and dry early this morning, but zooming out, we're seeing where our next system is arriving, and look at that, a little rain shower just east of Buffalo, produced some lightning. So far, it's going to be weakening as it heads to the east, but for now, we're talking about a dry start, increasing clouds, rain arriving later on, and then unsettled weather will be the main driver of weather for the next few days. And over the next 12 hours, well, again, it's a nice start. Then clouds will increase, and then rain chances will increase as well as we approach the mid to late evening. Then following today, well, we got a rainy day tomorrow, but we have some breaks in the showers. Let's know exactly when those take place in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Today, Israel is continuing to determine.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:41, and of course it's time to showcase the weather photo of the day. And it's been difficult trying to pick some of these photos. There have been so many great submissions. In fact, so many submitted just within the past 24 hours after I set a request for some more of the blooming flowers here in our local area. And this is a great shot of a purple hyacinth, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am not all too versed in flowers, so feel free to correct me in emails in case I did pronounce that incorrectly. But again, a great shot here sent in by Lori, and I want to showcase a lot more of these photos. If I haven't gotten to them, don't worry, I'm going to try my best to get to all the great photos submitted. Send a link on top of your screen right here if you have some great spring blossoms and flowers you want to showcase here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. And again, to the temperature this morning, it's a chilly start. We rebound into the 50s and 60s this afternoon, but the sunshine gives way to clouds, and that gives way to chance for some light rain. We'll talk about when the rain arrives, and then after that, we could see some breaks in the rain in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. MVCC students received some valuable life.
Dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. This Wednesday starts out chilly, but pretty pleasant with sunshine giving way to increasing clouds and potentially some rain in the early evening. A live look at Oneonta right now. Well, it's been a great sunrise tracking over the past hour. The sun is now officially risen well above the horizon, and what will be a dry morning, early afternoon, but then things turn more unsettled as we approach the evening. Sky watchers checking in all across central New York. Mike in New Hartford with 34 degrees. Bob in Clinton with 30. Todd out in Westdale checking in with 29 degrees. Bill in Old Forge with 30 right now. And then to the south, Stewart in Cooperstown with 33. Gary in Snevis with 29. Mark in Milford 32. Tom in Lawrence with 30. Diane in West Lawrence with 31 degrees. And Scott in Evanston with 29. And the radar here locally is dry, but zooming out, here's where the rain showers are taking place right now. Some rumbles of thunder with an isolated shower just east of Buffalo, but more than that, we're looking at just some steady light rain turning more light to moderate as the overnight hours continue on. It was a nice day for yard work yesterday, and it's a nice start today. If you have any last-minute plans to do some cleaning, some spring cleaning outside, today's your best bet. But by the evening, things turn more rainy, and not so good for tomorrow. By Friday, it's a dry start. Rain develops again later on in the day, but depending on how wet some of these surfaces are, at least some of the lawns and everything, it might still be not a good idea. But still, if you have time to do it on Friday, be your best bet for that. Chance of rain, well, it starts out dry, then here comes the rain by the mid to late afternoon. Initially as some light sprinkles, then more steady rain arrives later on this evening and tonight, and then pretty much all throughout the early part of tomorrow before things do dry out in time for tomorrow night. But with the dry weather yesterday, the pollen counts are very high. The good news is some of these rain showers are going to bring down some of those pollen levels at least a little bit. I know for me, I've been suffering with some of the allergies taking place right now. In fact, the top allergen culprits being elm and maple, which are tree pollens. And our Skycast, we're talking about sunshine giving way to clouds and eventually some rain showers moving through, with temperatures hovering in the 40s by tonight and then rebounding back into the 50s by tomorrow afternoon. Briefly, though, we're just hovering maybe in the upper 40s for a lot of locations that will be seeing some rain. But for today, well, it's a dry start. Clouds will increase and rain showers arrive late. Highs in the upper 50s, low 60s. By tonight, we're down into the 40s with rain continuing on, and your 7-day forecast. Again, it's warmer tomorrow, at least warmer today, then cooler tomorrow. High of 60 on Friday. Then by Saturday and Sunday, we're talking about 50s, but we dry out and hopefully see some extended dry weather as we head into the beginning of next week.
So get a couple of walks in today before the rain comes, because tomorrow's not going to be pretty good.
Yes, morning and potentially a lunch walk before the evening.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, it was a magical couple of weeks.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
With not too bad of a forecast today. Get out there and walk before that rain moves in.
Yeah, that's right. It's a nice start today. It's a bit chilly, but you grab that winter jacket. Not too bad of a start. Look at those current conditions out there this morning. A live view of Oneonta. The sun has risen, and those temperatures will start to climb from the 30s this morning quickly into the 50s, near 60 in some spots. Already 40 degrees in Rome. That has been a huge jump. That was at 31 just an hour or so ago. I want to make sure that is a quick temperature increase. I'll look at some other data as well. That is a very sharp increase right there, but it's still right around freezing in Hamilton at this point. And the radar, it's quiet and dry right now, but if I zoom out, you can see where the rain is taking place in western, starting to arrive in parts of Buffalo, and eventually reaching our area by the mid to late evening. What we're tracking this morning, well, increasing clouds today. Rain arrives later on, and then on top of that, it looks more on the unsettled side with less sunshine for the rest of the work week. And over the next 12 hours, clouds give way to rain, but those temperatures climb into the upper 50s, low 60s. Following today, we've got a rainy one for tomorrow, but it's not going to be all complete washout over the next few days. We'll let you know when we can see a break in the rain in that full forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. After more than 60 years in Rome,
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Wednesday morning. Welcome back, everyone. After a beautiful day yesterday, the nice weather continues this morning, but then things turn a bit more unsettled as we approach the evening hours. A live look at downtown Utica right now. It's beautiful blue skies, some high-level cirrus clouds approaching from the southwest, and again, this won't block out the sun too much this morning. You'll need those sunglasses, but you won't really need them as you head home from work, especially later on in the evening as those conditions turn a bit more cloudy and eventually more rainy. Skywatchers checking in. 34 degrees in New Hartford with Mike, 30 degrees with Bob and Clinton, 29 with Todd out in Westdale. Bill and Old Forge with 30, Jeff and Mohawk 33 degrees, and finally Scott and Evanston with 29 degrees, Stewart and Cooperstown 33, Gary in Skanevis with 30, Tom and Lawrence with, Skanevis with 29 degrees, Tom and Lawrence with 30 degrees, and Diane and West Lawrence with 30. Radar is quiet and dry early this morning, but zooming out, we can see the arrival of some rain showers out in western New York, and this will take a while to get here, but by the mid to late evening, that's when we'll start to see some of those clouds and light rain turn to light to moderate rain in the late evening and overnight. Regarding any spring cleaning you guys want to do, well, yesterday was perfect for that, but the start of today also is looking pretty okay if you have today off, but following this afternoon and this evening, especially for tomorrow, not so good with rain showers pretty widespread. And then by Friday, well, it's a dry start. Rain showers will arrive later on in the evening. So I guess if you could, you can get some yard work done Friday morning if the lawns or overall things are drying up at that point. You can see here the potential for rain over the next 24 to 48 hours. Dry, but then rain chances increase. And we're talking about widespread scattered rain showers pretty much throughout most of tonight and tomorrow, but we do dry out by tomorrow night. It will be a dry start to Friday, but the rain has some good potential. Going to cut down on some of those pollen levels, especially for tomorrow. But overall, the pollen outlook still remains on the high side, which is typical. It's already mid to late April. This is usually when those pollen counts get pretty high. Skycast showing clear skies this morning, giving way to clouds and temperatures climbing into the upper 50s, low 60s, and then you can see here rain showers beginning to arrive by the mid to late evening. But for today, temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s with increasing clouds and rain showers late. Then by tonight, rain, temperatures falling into the 40s. Your 7-day forecast. We're talking about 60s on Friday, 50s Saturday and Sunday, drying out with hopefully some extended dry weather next week.
Wednesday forecast. Eric.
Good afternoon. It's been a very nice morning, at least with the sunshine. However, clouds are continuing to increase. Here's a time lapse of that morning sunrise in Oneonta. A beautiful shot before you can see in the distance clouds continuing to increase. And that's the story this afternoon. Mostly cloudy, hazy sunshine in areas out to the east and increasing thicker clouds in areas to the west. And then following these clouds, we've got some light rain arriving this evening, and the light rain will turn to more moderate rainfall overnight as a frontal boundary passes us here in central New York. And following the rain tonight, well, it's a precursor to more rain, which will pretty much linger into the rest of the work week. We've got a few dry periods here and there. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But again, the next 12 hours, clouds give way to light rain. Light rain gives way to moderate rainfall tonight, as lows will fall from the 50s down into the 40s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. So far, 7 jurors.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It was a beautiful day yesterday with lots of sunshine and temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s. This morning, lots of sunshine. It was a little bit cooler, but the sun is going to give way to clouds and eventual rain. Here's the bigger picture from earlier this morning, and you can see here the clouds increasing and then eventually rain from a frontal boundary. A warm front will move into our local area, and the rain won't just simply pass and then dry weather moves in. The rain will kind of stick around for a little bit. As you can see here, rain lingering into parts of Thursday, and again, another system arriving on Friday, bringing our next round of rain. But for this afternoon, those temperatures climbing into the upper 50s, some spots maybe low 60s, right around average for this time of year. A normal high of 57, normal low of 37. Wind speeds pretty average, between 5 and 10 miles per hour, and you can see here rain chances initially dry, and then those rain chances increasing throughout the afternoon and into the evening. And beyond this evening, into tonight and tomorrow, you can still see almost certain to likely rain showers, and then following that, we'll start to see a little bit of a lull in the rain as rain becomes more spotty and light, and then we dry out briefly before more rain arrives on Saturday. And the good news with some of this rain is those of you who suffer from allergies, some of it like myself, well, we have a bit of relief, at least medium levels of pollen on Thursday with that rain. But again, top culprits, elm and maple, and we are pretty much in the thick of heavy pollen season at this point. But to our skycast, sunshine this morning gave way to some clouds this afternoon, and then those clouds turning to some light, eventually moderate rainfall overnight tonight. And then overnight lows will fall only into the low 40s as that warm front passes over us. Then by Thursday afternoon, the rain kind of lets up. We get some spotty light drizzle here and there. Most of the heavy rain is over and done with. And then following that, we actually almost completely dry out by Thursday night into Friday, before yet again another round of rain arrives Friday evening and into Friday night. But for today, across central New York, temperatures peaking in the upper 50s, low 60s, with increasing clouds and rain showers late. For tonight, rain showers and lows falling into the mid to low 40s. Your 7-day forecast. We've got the high of 55 for tomorrow. If we're lucky, some spots might only reach the upper 40s. Then 60 on Friday with rain showers in the evening. We eventually, though, dry out with sunshine by the beginning of next week. Gary?
As you may have.
Good afternoon. It's been a very nice morning, at least with the sunshine. However, clouds are continuing to increase. Here's a time lapse of that morning sunrise in Oneonta. A beautiful shot before you can see in the distance clouds continuing to increase. And that's the story this afternoon. Mostly cloudy, hazy sunshine in areas out to the east and increasing thicker clouds in areas to the west. And then following these clouds, we've got some light rain arriving this evening, and the light rain will turn to more moderate rainfall overnight as a frontal boundary passes us here in central New York. And following the rain tonight, well, it's a precursor to more rain, which will pretty much linger into the rest of the work week. We've got a few dry periods here and there. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But again, the next 12 hours, clouds give way to light rain. Light rain gives way to moderate rainfall tonight, as lows will fall from the 50s down into the 40s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The two bodies found on
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by from Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It was a beautiful day yesterday with lots of sunshine and temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s. This morning, lots of sunshine. It was a little bit cooler, but the sun is going to give way to clouds and eventual rain. Here's the bigger picture from earlier this morning, and you can see here the clouds increasing, and then eventually rain from a frontal boundary. A warm front will move into our local area, and the rain won't just simply pass and then dry weather moves in. The rain will kind of stick around for a little bit. As you can see here, rain lingering into parts of Thursday, and again, another system arriving on Friday, bringing our next round of rain. But for this afternoon, those temperatures climbing into the upper 50s, some spots maybe low 60s, right around average for this time of year. A normal high of 57, normal low of 37. Wind speeds pretty average, between 5 and 10 miles per hour. And you can see here rain chances initially dry, and then those rain chances increasing throughout the afternoon and into the evening. And beyond this evening, into tonight and tomorrow, you can still see almost certain to likely rain showers. And then following that, we'll start to see a little bit of a lull in the rain as rain becomes more spotty and light. And then we dry out briefly before more rain arrives on Saturday. And the good news with some of this rain is those of you who suffer from allergies, some of it like myself, well, we have a bit of relief, at least medium levels of pollen on Thursday with that rain. But again, top culprits, almond maple, and we are pretty much in the thick of heavy pollen season at this point. But to our skycast, sunshine this morning gave way to some clouds this afternoon, and then those clouds turning to some light, eventually moderate rainfall overnight tonight. And then overnight lows will fall only into the low 40s as that warm front passes over us. Then by Thursday afternoon, the rain kind of lets up. We get some spotty light drizzle here and there. Most of the heavy rain is over and done with. And then following that, we actually almost completely dry out by Thursday night into Friday before yet again another round of rain arrives Friday evening and into Friday night. But for today, across central New York, temperatures peaking in the upper 50s, low 60s with increasing clouds and rain showers late. For tonight, rain showers and lows falling into the mid to low 40s. Your 7-day forecast. We've got the high of 55 for tomorrow. If we're lucky, some spots might only reach the upper 40s. Then 60 on Friday with rain showers in the evening. We eventually, though, dry out with sunshine by the beginning of next week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Residents across the Nevada.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis, it is raining out there right now.
Yes, we are tracking some rain, a little ahead of schedule. It's going to be around as we head into tonight as well as tomorrow. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're all dealing with this, and we will continue to do so here over the next couple of hours. The rain does start to break up a bit to the west, so it's not going to rain all evening long, but we will be dealing with on and off showers as we head into tonight, tomorrow, Friday, and even into early Saturday. It's going to be an unsettled weather pattern. The rain not really heavy. We're not going to be seeing more than, say, a quarter to a half an inch on any given day. Current temperature 54 degrees. We'll continue to cool off as we head into this evening. We're tracking more showers tonight, tomorrow, and into the start of the weekend. Some cooler weather ahead. Temperatures will be in the 50s for the most part. And we are trending some drier weather towards the second half of the weekend, so it doesn't look to be quite as wet as it was last weekend. Forecast for this evening, again, rain, showers, temperatures in the 50s. Again, taking a look at rainfall totals and when we do get some breaks, and that's coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It's time.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
The rain is back. I hope you had a chance to enjoy the sunshine earlier today. Things look unsettled here as we look ahead. This is a live look in downtown Utica. Clouds, showers. The rain is generally widespread. And let's turn on the radar. Man, it'd be nice if it looked like that. But we are tracking, again, widespread rain. And the leading edge is the steadiest. This is moving to the north and east. Behind it, the rain becomes more scattered in nature. So once the steadiest rain that's taking place now lifts to the north and east, the rain will generally lighten up, but it doesn't come to an end. We still have to get through this. Again, more scattered showers to the west, and we don't see any significant long stretches of dry weather here until the middle part of the weekend. Looks like late Saturday and into Sunday is when we will get some breaks and some dry weather ahead. Looking to do some yard work with that in mind, it's not looking great. In fact, the rain tomorrow will make it tough to do anything outdoors. Even though it's not heavy, it's persistent. Friday, you do have the opportunity to do things early in the day before rain arrives, and then late Saturday is when things start to dry out. For about 24 hours worth of and more of dry weather, we've got to wait until Saturday afternoon before that begins to unfold. The winds. It's been pretty breezy lately, although the winds were down today compared to earlier this week. We're looking at breezy conditions over the next couple of days, but I do want to highlight the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Those look to be windy days. Not damaging winds, but wind gusts likely between about 25 to 30 miles an hour, so making it feel a little uncomfortable for outdoor activities. Dodgeville, 59 degrees, Little Falls, 60, Lake Pleasant, 61. It's cooler to the west where the rain's been falling longer. Norwich, 54, Sherburne, 52, and Oneonta checking in with 50 degrees. This is the leading edge of an area of low pressure that will be working in. The next round of rain moves in late tonight. That's actually a round of thunderstorms. By the time that arrives, it will be a lot weaker. I guess the good news is that any severe weather looks to stay well to our south and west here over the next couple of days. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Rounds of showers, some steadier rain. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-40s. Tomorrow, a generally cloudy, dreary day. 7 a.m., some light rain showers early. Those, again, just kind of linger into the afternoon. Some patchy drizzle continues throughout the day. Temperatures climb into the low 50s. Tomorrow night, again, looking at cloudy skies, but we do have a window of dry weather early Friday before some showers return late in the day. Highs on Friday look to be warmer in the low 60s. Rain tonight, low 46. Tomorrow, some showers. Temperatures climb into the low 50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers here on Friday, 60 degrees. A shower early Saturday. It's breezy, it's cool over the weekend, but we should see some dry weather and some sunshine by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Just the season that we're in,
Right,
Kristen.
right. It happens. It's spring.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, thank you. It's being called a huge meteorologist, Bill Curtis.
We are tracking rain that has returned to central New York. It's going to be steady for the next hour or so, but as this first round moves through, we'll start to see some breaks in the rain. Still a few lingering showers heading into this evening. So if you're trying to get out, maybe to run some errands or maybe go do some shopping or go out to dinner, you're going to keep that umbrella handy. You're going to want to keep that umbrella handy. Temperatures are going to stay in the 50s tomorrow. With the rain, it's going to be a cooler day than today. Friday, we're back to 60. The weather over the weekend looking on the cooler side. But in general, temperatures will be pretty close to average here over the next 5 days. We're looking at some cooler, drier weather as we head into early next week. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, again, keep the umbrella handy. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Tonight's featured dog, Chip, from Rome. And if you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking the forecast and tracking some rain as we head into the start of the weekend. Look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
The phone lines have been ringing.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking widespread rain moving through central New York. It's going to continue tonight as on and off showers. The weather looking generally dreary. This is a live look in Cooperstown, and this image kind of makes you feel a little depressed, a little dreary. How about this one? I got a chance to visit a bunch of smiling faces today. This was at General William Floyd Elementary School. This is in Helen Patton, and this is the entire class, the entire kindergarten class. I got a chance to talk to them today about all kinds of weather. Very popular topic, tornadoes, which a lot of them were calling tomatoes. Close enough. But they were very, very interested in learning about wind, and they had a lot of questions. They also, another popular topic was ice storms. So we wanted to give them a shout out this evening. And again, got a chance to spend some time with them earlier today. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread light rain continues to move through again. We're watching what's happening to the west. Some scattered showers that will be taking place this evening. So we won't get a chance to really dry out until late tomorrow and into early Friday. We get a few hours of dry weather. But in general, the weather looks dreary for the next 24 hours. Looking ahead, as the weather dries out somewhat heading into the weekend, the pollen count goes up. So we do get a break in the pollen count tomorrow, but the levels look very high heading into the weekend, especially with rain that we're adding to the picture. It's going to really help the plants grow and take off. And again, it's just unfortunately something we deal with this time of the year. Whitesboro, 54 degrees. Barneveld, 51. Cassville, 52. Fairfield, 54. Salisbury, 55. Worcester, Carroll checking in with 58 degrees, and Skanevis, Greg with 59. As we look at the bigger picture, again, tracking some light rain moving in from the west. Further to the west, we have an area of low pressure that will just give us a continuation of unsettled weather here as we head into tomorrow. Eventually, this weather system clears for the weekend, but it leaves behind some cooler weather along with some wind. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, on and off showers tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 40s. Tomorrow, on and off showers. Although the rain looks lighter tomorrow compared to tonight, it's still a pretty dreary day. Temperatures again in the low 50s. Tomorrow night, we do get a chance to dry out. It's still cloudy, but we should dry out here for Friday. Friday looking generally cloudy. First part of the day looks dry, and then another round of rain arrives in the afternoon and evening. Rainfall totals from now through Friday morning look to be about a quarter to a half an inch of rainfall. So again, we'll just continue to add that to the totals that we continue to run above average here heading into the spring. Rain tonight, low 46. Tomorrow, showers, temperatures in the low 50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We get a chance to dry out for the second half of the weekend. Sunday looks partly sunny, breezy, cool with highs in the low 50s. Monday and Tuesday, partly sunny skies. Temperatures climb back to near 60, and then more rain arrives on Wednesday with highs in the low 50s. We'll be right back.
First look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Tracking some rain that's moving through central New York. The leading edge was widespread and steady. We're still seeing some leftovers moving in from the west, so some scattered showers will continue as we head into this evening as well as tonight. We're going to be in the middle of some unsettled weather here for at least the next 24 hours. A couple of dry periods between now and the start of the weekend, but it's going to be few and far between. The rain has temporarily stopped in Rome, a temperature of 54 degrees, but again, we're expecting more showers to arrive as we head into tonight. The weather stays unsettled here tomorrow, pretty close to a washout. The rain not heavy, but just persistent, and it looks to linger. Cooler weather as we head into the start of the weekend. The weekend is trending drier, so some good news there. It does look to be a little bit nicer, a little bit drier compared to what we dealt with last weekend. This evening, again, on and off rain showers, temperatures in the 50s. We're tracking how much rain is expected to fall between now and the start of the weekend. And look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
A reminder, Friday there will be calling out.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Hope you had a chance to enjoy the sunshine earlier today. Things have changed. Cloud showers on the way. In fact, many of us looking wet this evening. It's a live look in downtown Utica. A little dreary out there, but how about this picture to brighten things up? This was taken earlier today. I got a chance to visit the entire kindergarten class at General William Floyd Elementary School in Howland Patton. And a great group of kids, a lot of energy, a lot of interest in tornadoes, which they kept calling tomatoes, which is fine. It made for a very entertaining time. And again, a big thank you to the teachers for the invite. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread rain continues to move across central New York. The heaviest is now moved to the east, but we do have more showers that are approaching from the west. That will be the general idea between now and tomorrow night. The rain does help knock down pollen. The pollen count becomes medium tomorrow, but then it's back to high to very high as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And unfortunately, that's how things will be staying here for the next couple of weeks as we are getting into the height of pollen season. Sky watchers, our neighbors checking in with the temperature. Boonville, 55 degrees. Whitesboro and Kirsten with 54. Salisbury, 55 degrees. Mohawk with 56. Across the southern valleys, Worcester, 58. Hartwick checking in with 51. We're tracking rain to the west as an area of low pressure moves through. This is producing severe weather to our west. Tornado watch up for Ohio, but the severe weather component doesn't survive the trip to the east. So some good news there. We're just talking about rain. The strong weather stays out of our region for now. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Widespread rain, scattered showers. Temperatures drop down into the mid-40s. On and off rain showers throughout Thursday. The rain relatively light but persistent. Temperatures climb into the low 50s, so a cool day. Cloudy skies tomorrow night. Cloudy skies for the start of Friday. It looks like we'll have some dry weather in the morning with showers developing in the afternoon as a cold front arrives. Temperatures before the rain arrives look to climb into the low 60s. Rainfall totals between now and Friday morning look to be about a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch region-wide. Tonight, looking at rain showers, a low of 46. Rain showers tomorrow, temperatures in the low 50s. Again, that next round of rain arrives Friday afternoon, so the morning's dry, the afternoon and evening look wet. Saturday, showers in the morning, it's breezy and it's cooler, but we do get a chance to dry out for the second part of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Temperatures will climb back into the low 60s by Tuesday with more rain on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis for the final look.
Oh, we're done.
Let's just call
See you
it
later.
tonight. Final look at the forecast. Yard work weather.
In all seriousness,
Yes.
some of us have been procrastinating getting things done. This week, if you want to get anything done, your day to do this is going to be around the weekend. You're going to have to work around the rain. We had a great day today. The rain came in a little bit earlier this afternoon than we were expecting, but it does look like it's going to linger around into tonight and tomorrow. The weekend should be a little bit nicer. We'll have at least a few opportunities to do some yard work outdoors. As we look at the radar this evening, it is pretty active. We've got rounds of rain approaching from the west, and there's even some thunderstorms in western New York that will unlikely survive the trip. But by the time they do get here, instead of producing thunder and lightning, we should at least get some rain out of those. Temperature-wise, it's not that chilly. We're looking at a temperature of 50 degrees, and overnight lows don't fall very much. We'll be in the mid-40s, tracking some rain for Thursday. But again, things do look a little bit better for the weekend. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Decision 2024.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look in downtown Utica tonight. The weather looks pretty quiet, aside from some rain. The weather stays pretty unsettled here over the next couple of days, but we're going to avoid any of the strong weather that's happening in other parts of the country. This rain that's happening in central New York is connected to a larger area of low pressure to the west. Wanted to give a shout out to the young ones. I know they're probably sleeping, but maybe their parents are watching tonight. This is the kindergarten class of General William Floyd Elementary School. Got a chance to visit them today and talk about the weather. They had a lot of very interesting questions and really interested in learning about tornadoes. It seemed to be a very popular topic, as it usually is with that age group. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Rain continues to move in from the west. We do have a few rumbles of thunder in western New York that I don't think will survive the trip, but it will mean a continuation of rain as we head into tomorrow. Winds tonight looking relatively light, but it's breezy over the next couple of days. I wanted to highlight Saturday and Sunday for windier weather. With the rain in the forecast, we do see the levels of pollen going down for tomorrow into the medium category. High levels of pollen again Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's just that time of the year where we're going to be dealing with this a lot more as life comes back, as spring springs. So we look at the radar and satellite image again. To the west we go. We can see this next line of showers and some embedded thunderstorms heading towards Buffalo. But again, as that moves to the east, it runs into less favorable conditions. And so that should weaken. It can't rule out maybe a rumble of thunder, but I think that's the exception rather than the rule. And again, that next round of rain arrives after midnight tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-40s. Tomorrow, just a generally unsettled day, some on and off rain showers. Rain looks to be generally light. Clouds look to persist. Temperatures climb into the low 50s. We do get a chance to dry out tomorrow night. It's cloudy. It's cloudy on Friday. First part of Friday starts out dry, but then some showers arrive later in the day. And again, those will linger into the start of the weekend. Rainfall, projected rainfall, about a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain is expected between now and very early Friday morning. Tonight, rain, a low of 46. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, showers, temperatures in the low 50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers here Friday afternoon, a high of 60. A sprinkle in the morning on Saturday. I think most of Saturday is dry. It's breezy. It's cool over the weekend. Sunshine on Sunday. A lot more sunshine Monday. We're dry Tuesday. Rain returns on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Yes, with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. So I got out and got a little bit of yard work done today, but you're saying I should wait a couple days, huh?
Yeah, if you didn't get a chance to get things done today, opportunities are going to be a little bit more limited here over the next couple of days, especially tomorrow. That looks to be not the best day to get out, but you got to work around the weather for Friday and Saturday. So it is possible to do some yard work heading into the weekend, but again, tomorrow is not going to be your best bet. And why? Well, we've got rain on the way. It's continuing to rain across central New York. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Most of us seeing steady rainfall. There's more to the west that will be arriving as we head into late tonight, and that lingers into tomorrow. It's not all that chilly outside, at least for this time of the year. It's 50 degrees. We have some late rain. Temperatures won't change very much tonight. We fall into the mid-40s with rain continuing. On and off showers tomorrow. Again, getting a chance to dry out heading towards the weekend. And a look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Decision 2020.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A dreary night across central New York. This is a live look in downtown Utica. You could see the raindrops on the camera, and the roads are wet. Been dealing with rain for a good portion of this evening. On a more cheery note, I wanted to make mention of the kindergarten class I got a chance to visit. I know they're in bed right now, but maybe their parents, grandparents are watching. This is General William Floyd Elementary School. Again, the entire kindergarten class. We got a chance to talk about tornadoes today, along with severe weather. We went through a bunch of different topics, but tornadoes and hurricanes, ice storms, that seem to be some of the more popular ones. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Rain continues to lift to the north and east. We do have another round moving in to the west. Now, this was producing severe weather. Thunderstorms, lightning strikes with it earlier, but as it's been moving into cooler air, it's been weakening, and I think that's going to be the trend tonight. This will be our next round of rain, and it's generally light, and that will be here well after midnight. The winds will be relatively light over the next couple of days. We don't really get any calm days, but just a light breeze tomorrow and Friday. The wind picks up on Saturday and Sunday. I did want to highlight those 2 days. I do think we'll be dealing with the wind here heading into the weekend. We'll be dealing with the pollen too. Not tomorrow. We get a break with the rain. It's going to wash out some of the pollen in the air, but it comes back with a vengeance over the weekend. We're getting into the peak of pollen season over the next couple of weeks. Low pressure driving our weather tonight. We're on the leading edge of this, and there's more to come. This swirl over the upper Great Lakes will be heading to the east. That's low pressure. And again, that next round of rain will be arriving later tonight. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, again, widespread rain overnight. Temperatures fall into the mid-40s. Showers around tomorrow. The rain won't be as widespread or as steady as tonight. Overnight, or I should say, temperatures during the day climb into the low 50s. So it will be a cooler day compared to today. Tomorrow night, we do get a chance to dry out. Cloudy skies, overnight lows in the low 40s. Friday doesn't look too bad. It's wet, but not until the afternoon and evening. That's part of a cold front. So the first part of the day does look dry. And then we do get some showers here heading into Friday evening and Friday night. Rainfall totals tonight, tomorrow, look to be about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. Rain tonight, low 46. Tomorrow, showers around. Generally dreary day, high of 52. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Dry early Friday, and then rain arrives in the afternoon, a high of 60. Showers possible early Saturday. It's breezy, it's cool over the weekend, but we should see some sunshine on Sunday. That looks dry. Some dry weather Monday and Tuesday with rain returning on Wednesday. We'll be right back.